Good morning, everyone. How are y'all today? The reason I came on is, and the title is, I didn't expect this. Let me begin from the beginning. 2010, uh, I got a cut in my hand, and by accident, and I was asked to if I wanted to make a film, and I said, yeah, let's make a film. So they showed me a script, and I liked it, and I said, well, let's work on it immediately. I had two cameras, two cheap little cameras like this with SD cards, big old fat SD cards that they had before, and I was asked, let's make a movie. So I just had those two. Anyway, so we got the script. Excuse me. We got the script. I read it, and we immediately ordered costumes and all that, and everything. So we shot the movie. It would have taken us 2 weeks, but ended up 4 months. And then I had a stack of SD cards this big, maybe even bigger. It was just so many SD cards with film. So I started downloading this film into my laptop. I'm sorry, my desktop, and it kept freezing on me because the files were so big, and the computer was they wasn't meant to take that many files then. But it froze and come back, and then I had all this film in there. Then I learned how to edit through a company called Film Riot on television, and so I basically learned how to edit through a company, a group on YouTube named Film Riot that when YouTube was at its infancy. So anyway, I decided to take it all in and make whatever the best of it. So I finished the film. I passed it on to the music guy. The music guy puts the music together, and then I bring it back to me, and I add the music, and then everything in between, sound. I was doing everything right. I was just it was pretty cool doing that. So we finished the movie within 4 months, and December 23rd, 2010, we put the movie out and showed it several times, sent it to Del Rio, and it was great to have a movie out, and my movie's still on YouTube. It's pretty cool. I call it my movie because I'm the one that edited and put it out. Although it's everybody's movie, it's the movie that belongs to the church that I used to go to. Anyways, I edited. I made film for a little bit, and then I stopped for the fact that it got expensive. Having to and I didn't have any content, and I didn't know anything about YouTube at the time or anything. I just held on to that film. So for years and years and years, I just didn't do anything. I learned how to edit. I learned better stuff. I learned to do more things, but I didn't do much with it. So one day, I got disabled, and I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't want to sit in here and sit at home and not do anything. So with the money that I had, I decided to buy all the camera equipment I needed. So I did. You know, I bought everything I needed. I cameras and you name it, lights, everything. So my first my first film was a video. Actually, was a political ad. After I came back from a gentleman named Lieutenant Colonel Raul Reyes, he was running for Senate Went to Del Rio, filmed all this stuff, and my video came out really nice. I felt the way I put it together. It took a lot of work, but I put it together. And then I started doing other things, a couple years ago, a few years ago, with the local politicians here and stuff, and then everything would come to a stop, and then quinceañeras and weddings, and I didn't care for them because uh, that's not what I wanted to do. I couldn't find where I wanted to do, but I felt that uh, I wanted to do film. That's that was my passion, film, making movies and all that. So long and behold, an old friend of mine that actually, when I was 16 years old, working at CB Juniors in Crystal City, across the Dairy Cream, a gentleman by the name of Arturo Gonzalez Duty was a constable. He showed up there every night, drink coffee. He was a photographer as well, and he told me he was a videographer. He would film weddings and all that, and I got interested in it that time too. He says, doesn't matter what kind of camera you have, as long as you're there to take the picture. And that stayed with me forever. So yeah, so it came around. I started buying little cameras here and there, but I never really picked up on it until I started making movies and all that. But anyway, back to now. So Duty and I talked a couple years ago, for a couple years, talking about videos and film and pictures and all that. And then one day he calls me and says, Jess, I have a idea and I want to put together. And I said, yeah. He says, I want to create some oral history. And you think you can be my videographer? I said, yeah, of course. So we shot our first video, our first 4 videos. And immediately I fell in love with that content. And I said, this is the route I want to go. I had already made a couple commercials for some people and Crystal and stuff. Then Arturo's brother got introduced to me, and he said, I want you to do some things for me for the Crystal City Coalition. And I said, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And he gave me some ideas and what to do, and I put it together. I used AI and all that. And by the time I was finished, I had a great, great film. And at the same time, I was creating the videos that the historical videos for Arturo Duty. And I decided that this is what I wanted to do. And I got this love for history and things that matter in our community and Crystal City's community as well, Zavala County, So I never thought that it'd get this big. Through Arturo Turi, of course, I ended up meeting another gentleman. I won't mention his name because I don't have permission. And really, we haven't had our preliminary meeting, only on the phone. And I'm headed to San Antonio probably next week, next weekend, I'm sorry, to meet with him. And I'm not easily intimidated by anyone or anything. I'm not. Well, at least I thought I wasn't until now. This gentleman that I met, they're writing a book about him. And he has a doctor writing about him. he has an organization that he's building, that he's been building for a while. He's got doctors and people from Yale and Harvard. You know, who am I? I'm just a freaking lonely cameraman and, you know, the high school diploma and a truck driver. I was a truck driver. That's it. You know, I have military background, and I don't. I'm intimidated with these doctors, and I never thought I was, because nothing's ever intimidated me. You know, and now I'm asked to do historical documents of this gentleman, and you know, he's retired. He's 82, and they want me to meet these people with doctors and masters, and I got a high school diploma. I'm not cutting myself short on as far as my videos and all that, but I didn't expect for my production to reach this level. I didn't. I didn't. I'm not boasting. I'm honored, and and scared, because it's a task. It's a big task. I have to look for a crew now. I'm gonna have to look for a crew. You know, I'm gonna pass on my political genre stuff to somebody else, because I won't be able to do it anymore. I will be fully focused, if I'm hired, you know, to this documentary, and the documentary of a historical documents, you know, stories, and I think that's my cup of tea. I really love listening to the stories. I love sitting there and watching videos and pictures and everything they have. So yeah, I think God has really blessed me with these videos and these people. But I just can't understand why He put me with, and I get emotional because I see it. I see God's hand moving. I don't deserve it, not one bit. But yet, it's God giving me uh, um, there's plenty of of people that document stuff, and videographers and filmmakers and creators, content creators out there. And I've tried to put content and not been so much successful. I have a YouTube channel with 400 or 500 subscribers. My stuff is mainly local stuff, and then it blows up to documentaries. We had a conversation. I spoke for an hour to the gentleman from San Antonio, and very educated, and having a hard time, conveying words, to put together and sound intelligent. you know, it's overwhelming, and it's just overwhelming. And Mandy says, "Don't shorten yourself. Don't make yourself, because you know film. And yeah, I know film, but I don't know everything, and I have I do study a lot. Regardless, I watch videos on YouTube to learn more of my craft. My art. This is art to me. Is art. So I try my best. I do. And what I don't understand, I Google or Chat GPT. Simple. Thank God for AI because I use AI for everything, for editing, for voice making, to listening to AI on YouTube and on my phone. It's really grown. My Jam 2 production has grown. It's growing and it's headed to a new direction. And I need to man up and take it or bow down, bow out, which I can't do. I can't do because it's my face, it's my reputation on it. And I think I done a pretty good job on some of the videos that I've created with Hugo Garza, Martha Ponce, the judge, Jay in Crystal City, Elsa Castillo, Turi, the Coalition, Joe Barajas, Yoli Steakhouse, not to mention the weddings and the quinceañeras I've shot. My movie, my personal movies that I keep and I don't show. What I have on YouTube. I love it. I love content. I love doing this. I've done a lot. Well, I even have a drone video that went viral. You know, uh, from the internment camp in here in Carrizo. On Vandervoort Road. Uh, I got the news down here. One of my videos has made the news. I mean, one of the main stations on television. NBC. Yeah. That was intimidating itself because I mean we brought I don't have the voice or the language to speak in front of a news camera. I'm better behind it than in front of it, but that's why I always had my nephew talk. I directed everything towards him. Hey, talk to him because I don't have those words. It's not frustrating. It's intimidating. Maybe it shouldn't be, but it is. Tell me what y'all think about it. Um, I want your input in it. I want to know if I'm biting more than I can chew. You've seen my content out there. You've seen my some of my videos, some of my commercials, and all that. I just wanted to say that to you guys. I'm done. Um, as far as other videos are concerned, hopefully somebody younger can take it. But these documentaries, that's just what I'm. This is what I'm looking for. Thank you guys. God bless y'all. I'm gonna leave you with my wall, and I think my wall speaks for itself. It's really really nice. I'm almost done. I got two more orders coming in, and my wall should be done. So here you go, guys. Just relax and watch it.